Dizzy, a bit of a warm day. What sort of workout did the boys endure?
Yeah, certainly very warm, Vicky. So we did a bit of a centre wicket just to get used to, I suppose, the conditions as well. So we just did 20 overs out there, and that worked really well. So lads were bowling in the areas or the phase of the game where they're probably going to bowl in game. Batters batting in the same position. So that was quite good, and we got our fielding done as well. It's quite warm, so we didn't want the lads out there too long, but we wanted a quality as opposed to a quantity session, and they got topped up in the net. So it's worked really nicely. Yeah.
Can you talk us? Sorry, go on.
That's right. Day off tomorrow. Friday is going to be the stinker.
Yeah, we've got a top up tomorrow, so we're giving the lads the option. So so I think a couple of batters want to come in and just hit some balls, but basically most of the lads will take the opportunity to have the day off, and then we travel Friday to Canberra. It's going to be pretty warm in Canberra, but we'll have a bit of a session there in the afternoon and a team chat, and then play Saturday.
Does he talk us through the Indigenous shirt that you wear against the Scorchers on Monday night?
It's very nice, isn't it? Yeah, it's lovely. It's a great initiative, and we've got this playing for the trophy when we play the Scorchers each year, which is really nice, and have my name attached to it is I'm very grateful, and it's very nice to have that. But look, it's just great that Cricket Australia and the Strikers and Scorchers, we're getting on board with that and supporting the Indigenous around here.
Add to the rivalry between the two teams.
Oh, it's a great contest, isn't it? Whenever we play the Perth Scorchers, it's always a wonderful contest, and we just played them a practice game here the other day, which was fantastic, and we learnt a lot from that experience. So look, coming up against a quality side, it's just giving us some food for thought, and formalise some plans and tweak a couple of things and be ready to go for that game.
And the main meaning about the artwork is catching the ball. I guess is that a good sign for the fielders?
I hope so. That's the game, isn't it? Is catching the ball. So look, it's fantastic. The artwork's absolutely brilliant. It's a great shirt. I've actually put in an order with our boss Kate for a couple more of these for myself, because I just think they just look absolutely fantastic. Yeah.
Are we a long way off getting any more Indigenous players through? What's the development?
There's quite a few lads playing in the Big Bash at the moment. There's a few lads on staffs around the country in first class cricket. And look, I think Cricket Australia, they've really the initiative of engaging more in the Indigenous community, getting more kids playing. That's something that Cricket Australia, and they have to be applauded for that. They're really working hard to try and improve that, and I applaud them for that. I think it's fantastic.
Before the Scorchers, you've obviously got to face the Thunder first. What did you make of their performance last night?
Yeah, they played well, didn't they? So look, a few of the boys got together and watched that game as a team, and sort of had some discussion around their team, the makeup of their side. So we'll get together, have a really good chat Friday. I think we're all meeting up again tomorrow night as they play their second game of the tournament, so we can have a really good look at our opposition, just clarify our plans going into Saturday's game in Canberra, which is going to be a warm one there, but we're pretty excited to be able to go and play in the nation's capital. We're pretty excited about that.
Must be good to see Callum Ferguson making a pretty good innings of it.
Well, he plays for the Sydney Thunder, so I'm focusing on the Adelaide Strikers, mate. So yeah, so I'm hoping he doesn't score any runs against us. So yeah.
Does that give you an advantage though, getting your first look at them before you play?
Look, it is what it is, I suppose. That they've got a couple of games before we play them. Gives us a chance to have a look at them, see what the makeup of their side is. Whether they line up that way against us remains to be seen. But it'll give us a pretty good idea of their game plan, how they're going, how they use their bowlers. What their batting order is. Do they change their order depending on who's coming on the bowl? So look, that'll just these two games just give us a really a bit better an idea of what they're going to do and how we can go up against them.
Is how far away are you, or do you know your best 11?
I think we're reasonably close, yeah. So, as I said, we had a practice game against the Scorchers the other day. But yeah, I think we're reasonably close to what we think is going to be our team to play the Thunder on Saturday.
You've seen a lot of old man Ferguson over the years. He looked pretty dangerous the other night. So how do you try and bowl to him to shut down his key shots? He likes going over cover and sort of thing.
Well, don't bowl to his strengths. That's probably pretty simple. But look, he's a fine player, and we've known that for a long time. Ferg is playing very well at the moment. I know he had a really good Big Bash last year, and he's shown some really good form for South Australia. Look, the bowlers, they'll just be really clear on what they need to do. They formulate their plans. Joey Dawes has been brilliant, working with all our bowlers, seam and spin. and come up with some plans against Ferg. But look, we'll do, but also we want to make sure that we're getting our skills right as well. You know, you can have every plan in the world, but unless you can get your skills right, you know, so we've got to make sure that we're doing that.
Have you got the cattle to cover? You're obviously going to lose Siddle, Carey, Head at various stages. It's going to be a difficult transition, I guess.
Yeah, we've got the players to cover, absolutely. You know, I try not to refer to our players as cattle, Vicky, but yeah, look, absolutely. Look, we're very confident. We've got a squad. That's why you have a squad, because you know you just can't rely on 11 players. You need to make sure that you've got all bases covered, and we're very confident. You know, they've got a lot of belief in this group of players. You know, they've been working really hard. I'm very proud of the way they've gone about it this week, because it's a quick turnaround from Shield cricket and the like. And so they've come in, they've worked really hard, and then look, we're just going to go out there and play with, have a bit of fun out there. You know, the lads are clear what they need to do. We'll just go out and play.
Anyone in particular we should look out for this?
Oh, look, just look out for all the players. I'm not going to single out anyone, but look, all the lads are ready to go. You know, I'm excited. You know, for the lads, they've worked, as I said, they've worked incredibly hard, and just looking forward to them getting out there. I think they're just itching to get out there now, and I think especially after last night, the first night of Big Bash, and the lads are getting itchy feet. They just want to get out there and play.
Should Sids play Boxing Day this year?
Sorry?
Should Sids play Boxing Day?
Should Sids play Boxing Day? Rich, you just put me on the spot, haven't you? Look, he's in the squad of 13, isn't he? So he's a chance. I think, you know, Justin Langer alluded that there's a couple of guys possibly ahead of him in the pecking order, and you know, I suppose, you know, consistency of selection, it would probably mean that, you know, unless there's a couple of injuries, probably hard to see Sids there. But look, he knows the ground. He's a very experienced player. So if they want to go down that path of that experience, he may well come into contention. But I sense that he's probably, just from what we hear, from, you know, what Justin said yesterday, that it looks like he's probably just a backup option at the moment.
What do you think of 5 bowlers, Diz? I mean, you wouldn't have done it too often, the talk of playing 5 out and outs.
Didn't need to. I had McGrath and Warren, mate. We tended to back, you know, I hate talking about back when we played, but we had one of the batters in top 6, Norman bowled some seam. But this Australian side has got Trav, who bowls some really good off spin, underrated off spin. We've got Marnus, who bowls his leg spin. So they've got that covered, I suppose, you know, to cover some overs. Matty Wade comes in and bowls some medium fast pace. So look, they've got some options there. Are they worried about how much bowling that their main 2 bowlers are bowling now that Josh is out? Look, we'll have to wait and see, but I can't imagine that they'd move away from that, you know, 4 bowler tactic, because they've got Travis and they've got Marnus, and you know, they can do a job there.
Batting at 6 used to be a bit of a snack for blokes who were coming in and a way to sort of establish themselves in the team. Now batting under lights at 6 is almost the hardest part of cricket. Travis has done that in the last couple of games. He's done okay. He's surprised at some of the criticism he's copped. Very
surprised. Trav's a fine player, and look, I saw a stat the other day. You know, after 15 tests, he's got a higher average than some of the greats of the game. So, you know, I don't think he's doing too much wrong there, Trav. You know, I think ideally, you know, I spoke to him earlier, and he mentioned he would have liked to have kicked on from his 50 odd he got in that first innings. But look, he's a very good player, mate, and yeah, I'm a bit surprised at the criticism, because, you know, look, he's a fine player, and he's done so well in such a short space of time, and, you know, give this guy the opportunity to play, and he'll learn, he'll develop, he'll improve, and he could be one of our great players in the future.
Why do you think he gets that criticism then? I mean, the numbers speak for themselves.
Not sure, to be honest. Yeah, you got me stumped, to be honest. Yeah, not sure why. Maybe, you know, people look at he got out a couple of times, you know, hit one to cover, and, you know, maybe it's something to talk about, really. You know, that's what, you know, people in the media, they're paid to have an opinion and put their thoughts out there, and maybe that's just it. But look, for me, look, he's a fine player, you know, and I'm really looking forward to seeing him play and bat at 6 initially. I think in time, he gets a bit more confident, plays some more cricket, has some success, he'll gradually move up the order, and he'll be a fine player for Australia for a long time.